What if I told you they were all connected? Flat Earth, chemtrails, the Mayans, these craft that we've seen in our skies, Planet X. What if I told you they all had something in common? You see, as Nibiru starts to slowly push past Uranus, people are going to start to ask questions. And the military has been preparing for a long time, going back even farther than when I served, back in the 80s. They're ready. Are you going to be? Are you going to be part of the Maquis and truly understand what this means? Join us over at Patreon. The topic is too controversial for YouTube and its censors. That's just the truth. It's only $1 per month over there. Not per week, not per video, per month. Even less if you sign up for a year. Comes out to something like 90 cents per month. About an hour ago, I uploaded the 4th installment in the Gloves Off series, where I share some of the training that I received in the United States Army in psychological operations. If you'd like to benefit from that training, join us. No one who has signed up over there, other than maybe a few people, have regretted it. We'd love to have you. We've been able to partner with Vimeo. It's a server clearinghouse where we can keep the content away from Google's eyes, away from all the censors. And we can speak freely and plainly and openly, to the extent that it's even bothered some who were seeking the truth. It was too much truth for them. And I gladly refunded their dollar. No questions asked. Last night, we were on twitch.tv/Florida Maquis for almost 3 hours, exploring an area that looks very much like some of the areas in Antarctica that exist beneath the ice, protected from the elements, protected from history. Antarctica is going to be a treasure trove of historical, archaeological finds. It's going to take over a generation to discover them. Join us here in the evenings for a couple hours. If you have any questions, you don't have to have a console. You don't have to play along with the game. It's basically just something to watch while the conversation's going on. But would you like to see something shiny? Jack Rackham. I've talked about the series Black Sails before, and the tactics and techniques used by these pirates to manipulate people. You see, this character we've used multiple times that started out having almost nothing, on the edge of existence, and then more gold than she'd ever knew existed. And she makes the decision, forget morality, get rich quick, and then deal with the morality afterward. Get rich quick, and then deal with the morality afterward. And that's what Bitcoin's all about. They're cashing in. They're cashing in. It's over. The scam is up. And it is collapsing. This is actually a better number than it was earlier. It was up in the 60s back, a few months back, and everybody's talking about how wonderful it was. The collapse has been precipitous. And what they're not telling you about Bitcoin is this. It cannot rebound unless people start dumping fiat currencies into it. It cannot rebound unless people start dumping fiat currencies into it, which kind of argues with their story, doesn't it? And all of the altcoins, everybody who thinks they're, because they're not Bitcoin, they're Solana or they're Ripple or whatever, it's all going down. Because there's nothing that's going to make it go up until people start dumping fiat into it. But the main topic. A giant space rock demolished an ancient Middle Eastern city and everyone in it, possibly inspiring the biblical story of Sodom. Now, I'm sure a lot of people read this stuff and they kind of read through it and read over it, but they don't see the real meat of what's being said. Unseen icy space rock speeding toward them, 38,000 miles an hour, flashing through the atmosphere. Massive fireball blast was around 1,000 times more powerful than Hiroshima. Shocked city dwellers, blinded instantly. Air temperatures rapidly rose above 3,600 degrees. Moving about shock wave, 740 miles an hour. I mean, just absolute devastation. Sheared the top 40 feet off buildings, 4-story palace destroyed. None of the 8,000 people or animals survived, bodies torn apart, bones blasted into small fragments. And then they also use this to explain Jericho at the same time, which is, ridiculous. But what does it show? See, events like this have happened. I don't think anybody out there would deny that asteroids have hit the Earth of varying size. We had the Tunguska air blast and all sorts of different ones, but everything that was destroyed to the extent that it was almost unsalvageable. It was jumbled debris that was blown into the next valley. But look here. Archaeologists discover decapitated horse next to its rider in cemetery for elite warriors. Now what's the difference? Well, these things were buried. These things were buried only a few feet down, 6 or 8 feet down. And it preserved them. See, the deeper you bury something, the more likely it's going to survive a long time. And they show all of the things that they found, the different, burial items like this belt buckle and the bones. This is the point. If these things can survive, only being buried down 6, 8, 10 feet, and things on the surface absolutely get destroyed, well, what do we know? This is a skeleton of a farmer found in Anatolia, 8,000 years old. What do we know about ice and snow when things get frozen in it? They get preserved. Who remembers the wolf's head up in Siberia? Tens of thousands of years old. Imagine what 2 miles of ice could preserve. If anything, if there were, say, cemeteries from long-lost civilizations in Antarctica, and then it froze, and then was covered with miles of ice, and had stayed that way, it would be preserved indefinitely. And here's the most exciting thing about this. The most exciting thing about Antarctica, and it baffles me why scientists aren't more excited about it, is that excavating the ice, if it had been frozen for as long as they say it's been frozen, would be virtually guaranteed to produce pristine artifacts. Anything you would find would be perfectly preserved. And that should make everyone excited about wanting to go down there and wanting to look around and wanting to see, hey, what could possibly be down there? Because whatever it is, if it is down there, it will have been preserved in perfect state. Some people say the things you found on there are just pareidolia or apophenia. There's maybe some possible explanation that would say that, but there's one find down there that I don't know how you explain any other way. And give me 1 second to find it here. I had it here for a minute. There it is. Now, you can try to make out facial structures in just about anything, really. And I've shown this before. But guys, this looks like an artist drew it. this truly looks like an artist drew it. If you can't see the simian profile here, I don't know how you can see anything. And it just doesn't have facial features. It has accents to facial features. You have the low sloping forehead right here. You have the eye. You even have a sunken part below the eye. You have the nose. You can even see the nostrils. The large upper jaw right here. You have the mouth. You can even see what look like might be lips. You can see a very pronounced chin. You can see how the chin goes past the neck right here. You can see what looks like some type of a sideburn. It just goes on and on. You can see the ears. You can see even the shading here on the upper lip below the nose. There's been a lot of faces discovered on Mars and other places. Nothing this detailed ever has been found. Clearly, this was a creation. Clearly, something or somebody made this. The face on Mars isn't anywhere near this detailed. The other face in Antarctica, the giant mountain range that looks like it has the two eyes that third phase of Moon discovered, it's pretty good, but nothing like this. And this might be my 4th video talking about this. 4th video talking about this, and nobody's picked it up. So, anyway, God bless. I hear there's a football game on tonight. Enjoy. But join us over at Twitch and join us over at Patreon. We'd love to have you. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.